Voy a empezar hola.
¿Lo vas a leer en inglés?
Estaba pensando leerlo en español y en inglés. I'm going to read it in
Okay.
Spanish and in English. That's what I was thinking.
And what number are you guys on? I'll just follow along.
318.
Yeah.
318. Estamos en la lección la 318. ¿Cómo estás, Adriana?
Ay, yo súper feliz. Yo te lo dije. Gonna be laughing until I cannot laugh anymore.
Oh, good.
So, lo tengo en inglés y en español, mira.
Well, okay. Or you could, if you want, you can just read in Spanish and I'll follow along in English. I'll leave it to you.
Okay. So,
If you got listeners out there that are listening in English and you want to do both.
There are no listeners.
Well, I am.
There are some spies. Some spies that pop up without us knowing it, once in a while, but we don't know who they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sí. But it's all good.
Whatever you want to do.
Yeah, it's for us. Así que vamos para la lección la 318. Yo soy el medio para la salvación, así como su fin.
You can close the book now. Throw it out. You got that one? You don't need anything else.
In me, salvation's means and end are one. Okay. It's es interesante como en inglés y español tiene como, para mí, es diferente. Like for me, in English and Spanish, it's different. Okay. Yo soy el medio para la salvación, así como su fin. En mí, el Santo Hijo de Dios, se reconcilian todos los aspectos del plan celestial para la salvación del mundo. ¿Qué podría estar en conflicto cuando todos los aspectos comparten un mismo propósito y una misma meta? ¿Cómo podría haber un solo aspecto que estuviese separado o que tuviese mayor o menor importancia que los demás? Yo soy el medio por el que el Hijo de Dios se salva, porque el propósito de la salvación es encontrar la impecabilidad que Dios ubicó en mí. Fui creado como aquello tras lo cual ando en pos. Soy el objetivo que el mundo anda buscando. Soy el Hijo de Dios, su único y eterno amor. Yo soy el medio para la salvación, así como su fin. Permíteme hoy, Padre mío, asumir el papel que tú me ofreces al pedirme que acepte la expiación para mí mismo. Pues lo que de este modo se reconcilia en mí, se reconcilia igualmente en ti. Yo soy el medio para la salvación, así como su fin.
Brilliant.
Brilliant. Sí, eso para el ego es como que, ¿cómo tú vas a salvar al mundo? Like the ego's like, how are you gonna save the world? Y no podemos entrar en confusión de niveles. It's like sometimes we enter in a level confusion, and it has to do with the mind. Once you save the mind, then the whole world is saved. ¿Verdad? Todo es una proyección de la mente.
Exactly.
This coincides with my lesson today, which is 78. Let miracles replace all grievances. Same.
Gets to a point where you see that the course is just saying the same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
We get to the point where that's why our videos, at some point, it's like we read the lesson, then we just start talking about something else because it's the same thing.
The thickness of humanity.
Yeah.
We're slow.
Mm-hmm.
We're slow.
Yeah, so Gary, bring your questions. There is no answer.
Well, then why bring them?
I was remembering you said yesterday that you have 4 questions.
One of my questions you answered.
Yes, I know.
I figured you would just answer them all along the way, but I will.
Exactly.
I will ask one. I was going to ask you both what your definitions of forgiveness is.
This point.
This
It's
point.
just yeah, this point is releasing my mind from any discomfort that I perceive at the moment.
See.
It's
That there's-
overlooking. It's for me, it's overlooking what's not real.
Exactly.
Because
It's like there's nothing to forgive, really.
So in a non-dual perspective, it could be said that it's simply turning away from the thought, the noise of mind is forgiveness. Yeah.
Well,
You know
you have to
something?
release it. You have to take responsibility for it. You cannot
Uh-huh.
feel apart from it. You
Uh-huh.
have to recognize that it's something that you are doing to yourself,
Uh-huh.
but
Uh-huh.
ultimately that it has no effect on your reality. So you can really go through it. Not like you go away, I don't want you. It's like come here, that you're not real. And I'm gonna experience the fullness of your own reality until I no longer be affected by it. And that can happen just in an instant.
Mm-mm.
It doesn't, for some things that are more precious to us, it can take a couple of days or hours. But
years.
then we're grateful because what used to take us like years now take us seconds to recognize, accept, and move
Sure.
through.
Yeah.
I remember our own reality. Now, before we used them to avoid our reality, but now they bring us back to our reality. So they become, instead of annoyances, they become reminders.
Doesn't the Course talk about a quality of denial? It's not what you referred to as a denial, like just shunning, but it's a sort of denial in a way, isn't it? Where we see.
Yeah, it has to be.
Yeah.
It has to be because our mind is only recognizing in dreams the denial of reality.
Right.
So in that sense, it's a denial of the denial. Knowing that for you to deny something is to know it first. So that therefore establishes our prior knowledge of what we chose to deny by seeing a world and becoming a body or an individual. But that establishes the eternal truth of our being. It's like um, an ironic way of seeing things, you know, that for there to be truth, I had to invent this dream that is not real, not to see the truth. But then when I'm ready to wake up, because the moment is of a choosing that is mine, but it's not of the little self. That's why when you're healed, everything heals with you. And that's why salvation starts and ends in me, within me, when I recognize that I'm not separate from anything or from anyone or in any time or any space. And everything becomes just one with me. Like, you know, everything in the dream is one and everything in reality is one. But for now, I cannot experience the reality of it, but I can use the illusion to remind me of reality. And that is totally doable every second. And it's experienced as a very light experience of what is happening, and I happily like, what the fuck, you know.
Thank you.
Denying the
Astrid,
denial.
yeah, denial.
Mhm.
Would you add anything to Astrid or for you, or not to put you on the spot?
Yeah, I mean, it's no, it's just that going, I think Adriana just, she explains things so perfectly and thoroughly. But going back to the question about what is forgiveness, it's just, one of the things that came to mind was that the ego always, the Course tells you the ego always answers first. So
Right.
it comes up because the ego wants us to believe in the reality of the illusion. So instead of feeling bad about it, it's using that response from the ego, like Adriana was saying, to then get to the truth, which is, okay, and that's that. For me, that's for forgiveness, in the sense that the ego comes up, I recognize that I'm believing it, and then I choose another way of seeing. I choose the whole, I choose the Holy Spirit's interpretation of what's happening. And if I can't get to that choice, I ask for help to get to that vision. And in that way, whatever situation that's happening, intellectually, we can understand, okay, we can say, okay, this is really doesn't affect my true reality, but I have this feeling that's coming up. That means that I have a belief that it's actually real. So that's what I have to let go. That's what I have to give to the Holy Spirit. Because in truth, like Adriana was saying, nothing in the illusion can affect our reality, but it certainly feels like it is. So it's hard to put in words, in the sense that those things then take us to our reality. Like the illusion then takes us to understanding our true reality, and not taking what's happening as real. Because it has these, we feel these effects, these supposedly effects on us. Like we feel sadness or depression or worry, or all of those egoic feelings. But once we start to understand that it can't truly affect our reality, we know that there's no reason for us to feel like that. But negating it is not going to help, because like Adriana says, once you negate things that you think that are real.
Right.
So that's not going to help either.
Right.
Yeah, it's an exercise in the mind. It's it all happens in the mind, and it's just a change of perception. Also saying at this level, this is not real. It's not real. That's a way of doing what I said before, of
Right.
actually giving it truth or giving it reality. So that's why we need the help. That's why we need the help from the Holy Spirit, because he's the one that's going to do the work. If we are doing it, we're just going to get all entangled. It doesn't matter how. I see it. I see myself, the little self, like going around and going up, and it doesn't work. So stillness and the not knowing and accepting the not knowing, for me, has been important to get to that point. Because when I don't know, when I accept I don't know, then I can be open to the Holy Spirit's help.
Sure. Great.
It's essential, actually.
An extension.
It's essential. You cannot come with the arrogance that you know, and then receive an answer.
Sí.
Because the answer that you will receive is the answer of the past that you're accustomed to, which is the answer of the ego.
Right.
You have to be completely new to every situation, and say, if I don't feel good, there's something in my mind. And then, you know, the effects of whatever is happening, you will see in time that they will not be, you will be surprised. And that way you will say, fucking, this thing works. This is really, really having an effect on me. Because I, by myself, by my past, by my previous knowledge, by my ego, I would not have ever handled that situation like I did. And I would not have felt so at peace with everything without help. So that's the way that you will get to experience that you're doing something, or you're surrendering to something that really has you in its best interest, and therefore in yours.
Yeah.
But eventually you will get to know that the Holy Spirit and us is the same thing, just like the ego in us.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a split mind. That's the dual thing, you know?
Yeah.
The split mind, part of the mind is sleeping, but the other part could never go to sleep. So that's what we call the Holy Spirit.
Mm.
And yeah, it sounds chévere. It's not sounds nice. Makes sense, a lot of sense, more than whatever we were hearing. It's more complete, it's more loving, it's more relaxed too, because it doesn't require that you do anything in form. You know, you can do it anywhere, everywhere, because it's within you, and also makes you, it eventually will put you in a position where you will feel totally protected and totally loved. That's all it does.
Mm.
And then it says to you, if you are in peace and feeling heaven, where you want to go, what you want to do. And you can feel like that here. There's no time to get that, you know, it's right here, right now. But it's here to the level that you are willing to accept it. And that is the same for every living thing around you, because that gives you peace also with relation to the people that you love and that you grew with and that you care for in a human sense. Because you know that you're not leaving anyone, you're bringing everybody with them too. So yeah, you eventually you know that you're bringing home everybody with you. So it's a very happy return. Even though for a moment you try to explain it to others and you know that it's impossible that they could be experiencing that, but eventually you know that if you're experiencing it, it's for them too. And that's the kind of experience that lets you read a lesson like today and say, okay, I can close the book and live my life welcoming everybody that comes and everything that happens. Because now it has a beautiful purpose. Doesn't matter how nasty it could look outside, it has a beautiful purpose for you.
Your words just hit right to the heart, Adriana. They just direct, soft, and right to the heart. Thank you.
Good.
And Astrid, I mean, there's the same, but there's, you just,
I get it.
I mean, I look at you, Astrid, while she's talking, and it's just like you're the mirror of what I'm feeling inside.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of clarity that is reflected back with Adriana's words. And for me, it has been an exercise in understanding that it's me.
Yes.
And so a lot of times when I think, wow, how amazing, how does she do it? And then I just think, what? No, it's my own mind that's doing it. It's doing it.
You.
Right.
It's me.
That's right.
And what's wonderful is that I don't, because the ego wants to get in. It's like, no, you need to, say something. And
Be important.
be important. But what's great is that there's once you release that, there's like this relaxation that everything is perfect, and what happens, what comes in is just an immense gratitude that I have this figure that is reflecting the clarity of my mind back to me.
Yes.
And that I've been able to spend so much time, not only seemingly time with her, but yeah, it's just our own mind reflecting back.
We have to have the capacity to hear at the level that it's expressed in appreciation.
Yeah, that's exactly the point. If you can get it, it's because you're one with it.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
And that's a real truth that we all share. Entonces, then don't, o sea, not to make anything special or different out of it, because we can have the same level of intimacy with the clerk in the counter in the supermarket that can only accept our thank you or
Yeah.
good day, you know, because we want to share that same level of intimacy. Once we know what this is all about, we get a sense of gratitude and responsibility,
Mhm.
because then everyone we meet is to heal our mind and therefore to see in them what we have been given,
Mm.
which is the Christ in course words. It's a Christ vision, so it's a spirit. And that's also what forgiveness is. It's overlooking what we have made them to be. Since we are observing the world, we're giving everybody all the characteristics that we want them, including our own body, you know, and in that sense, well, the release is magnificent.
Yeah, the release,
the, the most magnificent fuck.
and that's the saving of the world.
See, that's what the lesson is saying today.
Yeah.
Sí.
And it's so easy, it's so ordinary, so simple, so beautiful. It can keep you in its happiness. It doesn't matter what happens, because you're going on your day and everywhere. On your day, on your night, wherever you go. You go with a light heart
Mhm.
and a happy song in your mind.
Yeah. Beautiful.
See, with that sense of purpose, you can go anywhere and know that whatever happens, it's great. You don't have fear that what is going to happen, because you know that whatever seems to happen in the movie is only an opportunity for you to heal yourself. And that's so easily done within you. Nobody has to know anything.
Mhm. Yeah,
And
there's no
that's so
investment.
powerful.
Yeah.
Mhm. There's no investment in any outcome. So therefore, any outcome is acceptable, and it's
Yeah.
beautiful, and is perfect for what we need. So then you can drive across the country and go to the monastery and accept everything that happens
Yeah.
on the way there and on the way back.
And everything was perfect. I met everybody that I needed to meet, and I helped anything that I needed to. I was telling Astrid, because I don't know Sarah personally, but I followed the group for many, many years. I think more than 10 now. So I used to see her when she was, because they all like to at one point or another, go public and talk and do this and do that and show off, you know. So what I got was that she really knew that she couldn't be of assistance in that moment, because by this time she should know that she cannot abandon you.
She's
Or
talking
she will
about
be
when you were
abandoning
talking to
herself.
her
But
and she
maybe
got
at
up
that
and
moment
left.
she had to leave because she felt that she couldn't.
Say it again. You froze for a moment.
She's
Astrid.
frozen. Yeah, she's frozen.
No, you said something, and to clarify.
Oh, yeah, she was just she was just talking about that moment that you talked about with Sarah, where you were talking with her because you thought that you needed to resolve.
Yeah.
She got up and left. That's what she was talking about.
I gotcha. Okay.
¿Puedes repetir, Adriana? Es que te quedaste congelada. You froze.
Eso fue. Well,
Sí.
it's not necessary. It's okay.
You froze.
That means that I should not talk anymore.
Oh.
You get the hint from the technology. Shut up.
That happens too. That's also perfect, because sometimes we're trying to do these videos and it freezes, and it's just like, oh wait,
Yeah,
this is it.
Yeah.
yeah,
We can accept whatever is happening and is perfect. We can accept that now the transition has been to do this in English when we were doing it whole in Spanish, and it doesn't really matter.
yeah.
English, Spanish.
Both.
Maybe I need to practice my English.
You don't know why. And that's I like that idea. I'm getting used to that idea and I like it, where I don't know what anything is for, but I know that everything is for my benefit and it benefits everybody.
Yeah.
But I don't know anything. The I don't know mind is perfect.
Well, it
Yeah.
keeps us too out of the ego, you know, that's wanting to set up routines and know how to control the moment. And, you know, and if we just let go into, like you say, a glitch in technology. It was the same with my teacher. We used to always meet in Skype audio, and sometimes we could never connect. It's like, okay, another day.
Well, the universe has brought you us.
Thank you.
Give me a second. I'll be back in a minute. Dame 2 segundos.
All right, she's gone. How it is.
So with Angelica, was there an actual event, a
With
Hofmeister
Angelica.
event today? Yeah.
Yeah. They have the they're showing the movie, the documentary that we were talking about.
Yes, I know, but I mean, I got that, but is it in the context of a bigger event, or is it just that? Because I didn't see this in his offerings online.
I
No.
think it's just them there that they've decided to show it there.
Does she live close by to where Dave is?
She lives in Guadalajara, which is like 45 minutes from Chapala.
Okay.
So, but she's been staying at La Casa in Chapala since September.
Oh, no kidding.
So
Okay.
she's there September, October. This is her 3rd month, and she's gonna be there until January. I mean, that's the
Wow.
plan.
Right.
You never know. This is more moment to moment, month to month. So
Yeah.
that I think that I don't know. Eventually, she'll probably go into the community. Maybe, I don't know. It's who knows what's gonna happen. But I met Angelica at La Casa
Oh, you did?
a couple of years ago. Yeah, at a retreat, and I met her there. I'm just trying. Everything just gets fuzzy. Then I saw her again at another retreat in Cancun.
Mm.
Yeah. It just feels like she's more physically present than she actually is
Yeah.
because we have contact on almost daily with her.
Huh.
But yeah, I think in person I've seen her 2 times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So yeah.
Cool. Welcome back, Adriana.
Hola. It was my daughter. I rarely receive calls from anybody, you know, it's very, very uncommon. And then the phone was ringing and then it stopped and then it rang again. So I said, well, somebody's in a hurry.
Somebody needs to talk to you.
Yeah, no, somebody's coming over for the apartment.
Okay.
The Airbnb. I have one of the apartments that is still on the air. It's in on the Airbnb platform.
See. Yeah.
And
Oh, you're on Airbnb.
yeah, the full house was before the pandemic.
Ah.
We had like 2 apartments and 2 rooms down here. But then the pandemic hit, and well, first the earthquakes, which was like a 3 months parenthesis, and then it got intertwined with the pandemic.
Pandemic, yeah.
So that was a full closure.
Hmm.
But yeah, we're in transition, but it has been like a very slow process. And I was dealing with plumbers yesterday. I fell to the ground and one took me up. But it was a nice fall, you know? Those
Fell.
times that you fall and then you say, wow, I'm in the ground, what happened? Something like that. And then you look around, am I broken? No, nothing's broken. Good.
Am I
And
broken?
then all of a sudden I have this chubby boy lifting me up and I say, oh, this is nice. Yeah, I had fun. And the first quote for the repair was $440. And then another person came along and saw the problem differently, and it was only $100. So that was
Nice.
very nice.
Very nice.
So yesterday I told my daughter, who lives on the other side of the island, unblock the apartment because it's ready and now somebody's coming to stay in it.
Mm, mm, mm.
Yeah,
Nice.
that's my busy life. That's my busy life.
Muy bien.
You had plumbers arrive after your conversation about your own personal plumbing with drinking beer after 4:30.
Nah, that conversation has been going on for like 15 years now.
It's nice you
No,
can
I
solve it
had
with a
to
simple
I had
beer.
to wait like a week for them. I had to be very, and I was patient. I mean, I live what I been taught. The thing fucked up, okay, it's fucked up. Okay, all right. What I should do? Nah, okay, it's not available. Okay. No plumber arrived until like 6 or 7 days. And just when I had a quote for that amount of money, the one that was the first one that I called, like on last Saturday,
He appeared.
I call him and say, listen, I have this quote for this amount of money. Do you think they kind of, take advantage of me? And he said, but wait for me, see if I'm in town, I'm going to your house. Let me check it. Oh, okay, good.
Nice.
Yeah, I have learned to be patient. You know, the course says that the infinite patience
Mm.
in immediate results. And when you don't kind of get into the situation or try to solve it your way, and you say, no, fuck, this is to you. Because you develop, eventually you seem crazy, but you develop a very real relationship with the Holy Spirit.
Mm.
And even though you know that he will not talk to you like in world terms, you will be in such a peaceful state that you can accept everything that is coming or be inspired to do something, but without any nervousness, how you call that,
Sí.
anxiety, without any anxiety. Because in the process over the years, over, this building of this relationship, this internal relationship within your true self, actually, you get to a point when you can really, really feel happy, content, secure, protected, and loved
Mm, mm.
every time that you turn to him and you say, this you will resolve for me.
Mhm.
It's an experience so real and so against everything that you believed before, you know? Because this goes against every fort that the ego has built.
Mhm.
And all of a sudden you see yourself like you saw all these wimps and all these sissies asking God for things and stuff. Instead, now you know that you're not asking God for shit.
Mm,
Mhm.
Now you know that you're the one that put yourself here. And now you know that you have a way out. If you by giving it to the Holy Spirit, you're renouncing to your arrogant self that says that he has to deal with things by his own.
mm,
Because you are renouncing to the notion that you created yourself and that you're a miserable figure in a trauma that you have nothing to do with it.
mm,
And then the victim role cannot be assumed anymore. You will have to assume your responsibility, assume your higher power, and then go to the higher power, which ultimately what it does is it brings you peace no matter what. And that becomes so practical that eventually I'm describing a state maybe in the future, for me it's quite present, when you can feel protected, no, it doesn't matter where. And if you don't feel like that, you recognize instantly that it's because you don't want to.
sí.
Because in reality, you are protected and you know it.
Sí.
And when you're denying that protection, you know that you're betraying your true self. And that betrayal becomes so, so ridiculous that when you see it doing it, you stop yourself and you say, stop doing that shit. See the, you know, why would I deny me the heaven that is mine all the time, which is in my mind, for believing in shit that lasts nothing? And that's kind of like a wake up call, you know, and you wake up yourself.
Mm,
Beautiful. Beautiful.
it's a great and beautiful reminder
Yes.
that I need a lot
All the time.
all the time. That's why I have Adriana there.
All the time, all
What are you
the
doing?
time, all the time.
I
Yeah,
know
we
that
do it to each other.
I know that I can't call Adriana and come with any bullshit. She goes, hey, what's happening here?
Nice. That's a blessing in itself.
Yeah. She doesn't entertain any of the ego's bullshit.
Well, we all do at one moment or another, you know. But we help each other a lot, and
Mhm.
yeah, we remind each other of
Right
our
back.
true happiness. Que está meando, se jodió. Eso como que fue rápido.
Parece que tiene alguien ahí en la casa.
Okay. Mire, ¿cómo se pronuncia ese apellido?
¿Sí? El apellido
Tocoe.
de-
¿Lo
pero no
viste?
sé.
Eso es como, yo creo que eso es indio, ¿verdad?
Skoki, Skoko, no sé, que no lo estoy viendo.
¿De dónde? ¿Cómo que no lo ves si está en el cuadro ese?
Ah, es Stokoe.
Stoko.
Sí.
Stoko.
We have a question for you.
See?
Your last name.
Stoko.
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 Yeah, it
Never
can be
heard that?
it can be also easily to remember it by it being Saint Oko. ST period is the abbreviation for saint.
Is
Oko.
really a Saint Stoko?
No.
Well,
Saint Okoe.
no, no.
¿De dónde sale eso? Where
Where
that come? Is that Indian?
No, it's
Cherokee. Yeah.
I'm a British Isle mutt.
Británico.
See, from England, a little Welsh, a little Irish, a little Scottish. So I'm a little
why you
dog
doing
that
there?
has all these little mixes in it.
Okay. Mm.
See.
I've been to England just once.
Yeah.
Sí me acuerdo, I remember that.
For a boy?
Yes.
Of course. Why would I go there? Oh, shit.
Certainly not
It
the
was-
food.
You can be sure that it wasn't to feed the poor. Actually, I was supposed to go there twice, but one of the time I just broke with the guy before going. So I decided that I didn't need to go to England. I prefer just not to be in the relationship.
Yeah.
I mean, I have a cat eating a lizard.
Pues mira, ya estamos. Are we complete?
Yeah, I'm good. Do you have any more questions, Gary?
For another day. Otro día.
Good.
Okay.
Muy bien.
Muchas gracias.
Gracias.
De nada, que tengan lindo
Chao.
día.
Bye.
Enjoy your day. Bye-bye.
Bye.